Game 2 is coming at you right now. Got Reason taking on the random team of people who are not affiliated with each other in any significant and consistent way as far as I know, but they're playing together and they're taking on what is sort of Reason and also sort of not. The last game we had something paired something sort of the P, didn't it? Crap, what was it? Protocari. And dominated. This time we have Mara Pebbles and Busky Girl placing them. So I don't know what Masera and Penny are doing right now, but apparently they are not here. They seem like they're going to be semi-permanent, at least permanent members of Reason Gaming. I guess both Tilla and Death Growl have left. And both Penny and Masera are tagged up as Reason. So at least I assume they are.
Wretched hag.
Let's see what happens when you search Penny here. And Masera's on exit. Okay, so never mind. So I guess Reason is perhaps trying some people out, looking for replacements for those two lost members, and apparently Penny and Masera didn't work out too well, so now they're looking for new options. Anyway, Game 1 did go to Reason. Strong victory there, about 25 minutes, and well played to them. Game 2, of course, coming at ya. Puppet Master Kronos, Ophelia, and Drunken Master are the bans. Nothing too crazy there. Ophelia and Kronos getting banned out fairly consistently. Puppet Master last game was played by Imboy and did pretty well, so this time clearly Lucky not interested in fighting it once again, so wanting to get rid of it. Drunken Master, obviously a very powerful and versatile hero, so no surprise that they would want to eliminate the possibility of him getting picked up. And we are now through the first stage of the picking for the lead inside the Wretched Hag Master of Arms and Prisoner 945. So interesting, we haven't seen Prisoner too much ever since he was deemed the greatest hero to ever live, and then it turned out, wait, no, not so much. But of course he did get a recent change, went from a static increase in his base damage to an increase depending on how many other skills on cooldown. So the more skills you have on cooldown, the more damage he does, all the way up to 90% base damage, plus 90% base damage. So if you have all three of your abilities on CD, you will effectively have a double damage room, which is great because it does a ton of damage, but I don't know, in my opinion, Prisoner just not that strong a right-click attacker. He doesn't seem to do too much of it, so it's sort of important that when he does hit you, he hits you super hard. But I'm still not sure exactly how much that'll help him. I think it was a solid change. It does something interesting for the hero, but I'm not sure it's going to vault him back into the idea of, oh, this is such a great hero. Regardless, Master obviously a very versatile hero. Can be run as a support or as a carry. Almost certainly be a support in this situation. Otherwise, Legion side would be looking to pick up at least one support and possibly two. So I suspect we'll see him in the support role, but it's not given, of course. Wretched Hag, obviously a very versatile hero as well. Almost certain Prisoner will be played in the middle lane, but could be a Suicide Hag, could be a carry Hag. We will just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, over on the Legion side, Glacius, Devour, and Empath are the ones that are going to get picked up, and that's a pretty solid lineup so far. Obviously, picking supports early, never really a terrible thing, as then you can pick your carries and not hope that they don't get countered too hard. But whether I would pick Glacius first, probably not. It seems to me like that's a hero that isn't that good. I don't know. I don't want to say that because Glacius is definitely a hero that has his place, and he's been too consistently picked for too long to say, oh yeah, he's bad. He's really not bad. It's just, I don't know, I've never been a fan of him. And apparently the guys on Reason disagreeing with me, and that is just fine. But I don't know. It seems to me like he doesn't have a real stun. The slow is good, Tundra Blast. The imprisonment is solid, but also it doesn't stop spell use, doesn't stop mobility. You can attack through it if your attack range is there. It's just immobilize. It's not a stun. And I'd rather have a stun. The mana ability, which is really what he's known for, isn't used all that much because it's not worth skilling it in early levels, and by the time you get to later levels, he's just not having that big of an impact with it. And then, of course, the ultimate seems kind of incongruous with a support hero. I'm not a huge fan of supports trying to do damage. It doesn't tend to work very well. if it does work, it works great, because it's like, oh great, there's another source of damage, and it's really powerful, and that's fine. The problem is that it doesn't really tend to work out all that consistently, and it's just not, I don't know, great. That doesn't seem powerful to me, but because it's like supports are there not to do damage, supports are there to help the carries do damage, and if they do damage themselves as well, that's fine, but like the main source of damage should not be a support, so it seems like it's a bit of a wasted spell. It requires me to channel, which could draw stun, and that's nice, but anyway. So, I'm not a huge fan there, but Empath I am definitely a fan of. I think she's definitely one of the strongest support heroes out there. A very, very good babysitter, and that's definitely the role that she'll be playing here, now that the Dark Lady is picked up. So Empath, Dark Lady, top Glacius, Devour, mid, and going to be a suicide almost certainly for the last pick in Zane's hands, and we'll see how that does. Solstice, the notable pick here for the Legion side, and it's in Kirsten's hands, and Kirsten played the Parasite last game, so I think we're going to see a jungle Solstice here, and I like that. Solstice, not the greatest ganker. He does do, I mean, he does it decently. The issue is he just needs to be in the jungle constantly to be able to keep his farm up. If he's not, then, if it goes to gank, he doesn't get a kill, he loses a lot. And that's a little true of Parasite too, so not a dissimilar hero in that regard. And no doubt Parasite having quite a lot more potential to... Solstice having a lot more potential to carry than Parasite does, so I think definitely a hero that is solid and a hero that doesn't see enough use. So I enjoy the fact that he's getting picked up here. I think he definitely deserves that. But I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to judge simply because, you know, he's not a hero we've seen very often, so it's going to be difficult to say, oh yeah, he's totally going to do well, maybe he's not, I don't know.
I have come to finish the fight against evil.
So, lanes here, almost certainly be a Suicide Plague Rider. Pethin last game played the Suicide Madman, so that's what I expect to see here. Solstice is going to be in the woods, a solo short Wretched Hag, and Master of Arms in middle with that Prisoner. Meanwhile, on the Hellborn side, this is sort of looking like a man-up. Yeah, I think we're going to see a man-up here because Zane picked they picked up that Jerizaiah, which is a bit of an interesting pick. Definitely a strong hero, and I think a hero that doesn't get enough play, but I seriously doubt they're going to run him as a true Suicide. We see much of the Hellborn team running bottom here, so I suspect it'll be either an aggressive tri-lane or aggressive dual lane. And Pat's going to see Prisoner right here, and he does have the hook, so they're being really aggressive. There goes the hook in, and they're going to get Devour and Empath. Empath in a lot of trouble. She's definitely going to fall here, despite the Protective Charm. As that's interesting they chose to go for the Charm, especially after all the spells have basically been used. So having the heal there might have been a little more valuable, but it was not, and St. Rox is going to take the death right off the bat. But this is looking like an aggressive tri-lane, and we'll see if that actually is the case, where Empath's going to end up, or if not, Devour and Glacius certainly going bottom, and Dark Lady is going to head top with Jerizaiah in the middle. St. Rox looking like he's heading to that bottom lane, so I think we're going to see an aggressive tri-lane here from the Hellborn side. And that's actually going to work out really well for them, because TDL should do just fine up top against the solo Plague Rider. Plague Rider will have more ability to control the lane. Oh no, Jerizaiah is actually going to be top, and TDL is going to be mid. This is interesting. I don't like this, because TDL is going to get destroyed here in this middle lane. And Jerry might actually be totally fine, especially with the heal. You could effectively call this a suicide middle, but Jerizaiah is, I think, much better equipped to handle that, and Zane much more experienced in that type of role than Amber Boy is. And St. Rock's actually going to come back middle and decide to help out TDL, so this ends up being a dual lane here in middle, and that's obviously going to be very helpful as it pertains to TDL being able to survive and get really anything in this lane. At the same time, I do favor the Legion side once again, just because the Shackle is going to stop the charging strikes. They're going to have the ability to pull TDL in. They should be able to kill Empath really, really easily if they manage to hook her. So, Wall going down there. Master gonna be in some trouble there. Hook coming back, and nice kill there at Master of Arms. So excellent wall from St. Rox there. Obviously solid communication as well. And well played as they pick up the second kill of the game. Of course, Bloodlust already going in the favor of the Legion side. So the moment I say something and I act like I know what I'm talking about, I'm immediately made to look pretty stupid. So thank you very much, random team. While going out once again, trying to trap this prisoner, but it's not going to happen. I think there's the way this positioning ever. I think he probably would have just walked out of it even if it didn't miss. Anyway, other lanes. Solstice obviously in the jungle here, and it's going to be this solo bot Wretched Hag, but having some issues here obviously, as you know, Devour with the Glacius backup is able to have some pretty strong control of this lane, and Wretched Hag not really able to do as much as she wants to in terms of CS and being able to control this lane. Looky playing at 2-0 compared to Devour at 12-3, so no doubt things in control for the Hellborn side. Illusions for Empath coming in the back and just providing a bit of a distraction. Up top, Jerzai going at it with Plague Rider. Plague is 10-2 compared to Jerry at 10-0, so Plague actually doing pretty well in this lane up here, winning it even. And obviously that's quite a big benefit whenever your Suicide laner is out farming the opposing team's short laner as St. Rox drops in the middle. And there's that's why. Yep. Shackle, charge shot, fork lightning, and easy kill. And that's what I was concerned about before, was basically they could probably do that to TDL too if they manage to get the shackle on before she can charging strikes away. But if they hit Empath instead, they're just like, alright, screw it, let's take out the Empath, it's way easier. There's not going to be too much she can do about it. If there's a really well placed wall, that's great, but I think I've mentioned this quite a lot. Empath in the middle lane often has some issues. Because this thing is so open, it's more difficult to put a wall up that forces an opposing hero into a particular path. You know, there are very few places and angles you can create that allow you to basically create a wall that doesn't let the opposing hero, you know, continue to run away from you. It may not be the most optimal path, but they basically have to just, if they're interested in just getting away, they can usually do that. On the side lanes with the trees everywhere and the cutouts in the forests in various places, it's much more difficult to do that. It's much easier to set up a wall that says, okay, now you basically have two options. You can run towards me, which is not what you want to do, or you can stand there and let me hit you a bunch of times, which is also not what you want to do. And that's less true in the middle lane in my experience, but so I don't know. This whole laning situation just doesn't seem sensible to me. Meanwhile, on bottom, Stulcis will actually pick off Glacius off to the side. They're going to get the kill on Wretched Hag, so that's actually a pretty solid trade here for the Hellborn side. Taking Hag in exchange for Glacius, definitely a win there. And if Solstice hadn't come in when he did, that would have been an even better deal. Top once again, 19-3 on that Plague Rider compared to Zane at 26-2. So Zane is definitely taking back control of this lane. Is out CSing Plague Rider pretty solidly now, 330 gold per minute. And really, three heroes on the Hellborn side are doing quite well. TDL at 360, Devour at 370, and Jerry at 330. Having a good game, but Wall going down there, and now Master of Arms is in a lot of trouble. Get the Essence Link down as well. Takes the stun, and he's going to be completely dead. St. Rox once again for getting the last kill. Double damage is activated there. Will avoid the hook, so well done with phase boots there, and they will not be able to put any more pressure onto Everboy on that Dark Lady, so good kill. Meanwhile, on bottom once again, Hag in a lot of trouble. Hook obviously down, and last hit actually will get there and get the kill on the Looky. So all of a sudden things not going too well here for this random team. Started out well with that Bloodlust, of course, and decent enough kill onto St. Rox earlier on. But it seems, you know, the only kills they've gotten are on the supports, 2 onto Empath and 1 with Glacius. Meanwhile, they've lost Wretched Hag twice, they've lost Master of Arms twice. So they're trying to set up the hook here, and St. Rox is no longer around, but finding it very difficult to pin down this Dark Lady, of course. And she has the phase boots and the ability to CS from long range with that Taint Soul. 6-minute rune gonna spawn. They're looking to go top, and we might see a clash here. TDL trying to do something, but Empath is already there. Master Arms might be in some trouble now. Good wall gonna come out. Nope, Empath coming right back in. Essence Link is there. Master of Arms going to pop in out the battery. He will die, but Empath is going to pray for it as well. And that's the kill on the Saint Rocks off to the side. TDL going to get chased down by Looky Looky. And she will be just fine. So supports trade their lives. And the runes are going to Wretched Hag here. Important note, Looky Looky's only level 4. So really not doing particularly well at this point. Jerizai going to get boxed in a little bit, and we'll see if they can actually do anything here. Soltis is there, plus the stun. Protective Charm goes down, preventing the stun. And Jerizai going to try to get themselves out of here. 2 ports coming in, obviously. Empath and Devourer are here as well, so this is going to be a lot of trouble. Blink obviously available on Wretched Hag. Going to jump back in, try to get this kill onto Jerizai. Will get so. They're hooked back in. Ultimate goes off, and that's an easy kill onto Wretched Hag. So short laners get traded. Probably in favor of the Hellborn team, as Hag is a little more farm dependent than Jerizai is, and Jerry's not really their carry. That's Impa on that TDL, so... Ooh, this, by the way, free farming middle. So, ends up being 1 for 1, 2 ports forced as well, which is significant, but they also wasted a lot of time running up there on the Legion side. Dev looking for a jump onto Master of Arms here. Trying to avoid the hook. Is not going to be able to. There's this Fork Lightning as well. Taintless still goes off, and that's an easy kill here onto Master of Arms. Meanwhile, off to the side, Blaze just going to get dropped as here comes Hag, dumping in the Thunder Scream, and there's a Shackle. Pull back in, so.
Getting started.
Catching both those kills thanks to the power of replay. And Looky Looky once again not having a great game. Flux did alright on Flux in the early game last game, and then sort of things went downhill from there. This game, 166 gold per minute, the 2nd lowest farm on her team. And the 4th lowest in the game. This is just not looking good. Devour off to the side, trying to get something, forces the blink, but doesn't hit the hook. So Wretched Hag will be just fine. In the middle, meanwhile, TDL and Prisoner once again going at it, and we've got Solstice sort of hanging around here, with Master of Arms trying to perhaps set something up onto Impa. They're going to get hooked though. They have vision, and they will get hooked back in. Here's the Shackle and the charge shot. Fork Lightning is there as well. Easy kill onto Impa as they finish it off with Curson on that Solstice. Nice hook, of course, to start off that engagement. And 7-7 hero kill here. Hero kills here. A little bit of a gold lead for the Hellborn side, but the experience lead is actually in favor of the Legion side. Not a huge surprise, especially considering they have the jungler compared to the non-jungle. And off to the side, we got Solstice and Master of Arms going to run right into Devour and Glacius. And hello! And Master is still going to be in a lot of trouble. Will easily die here. Solstice all in sorts of trouble. Hooked back in, trying to get Glacius. Ultimate coming out. Glacius not going to die, just barely runs out of it. Devour trying to live, not going to happen. Here comes Plague Rider, and Wall not really doing too much. Empath also going to fall, last auto attack. And Empath then gets the double tap. So, started out really well, getting that Master of Arms picked off, but then we lose Devour and Saint Rocks on that Empath, so things not going super well for the Legion side, and I think it's got to go, or for the Hellborn side in that engagement. And all of a sudden the resources are swinging in favor of the Legion. Yeah, give Plague Rider a ton of credit here. 300 GPM after those 2 kills, and doing quite well, just below Zane in terms of the farm, and obviously, like I said before, whenever your Suicide has a performance like that, it helps you a ton. So despite the fact that Looky Looky is really just not having a great time in this bottom lane, he's doing a lot to keep them in it in terms of resources, and will be able to do a lot in the near future to prevent them from getting overrun by a Hellborn team that seems like it's doing better, but isn't really. Hero kill lead now in favor of the Legion. Both resources are slightly in their favor as well in terms of gold, experience substantially. Doing better. I mean, on top, Plague Rider getting chased down. Is he going to be able to live through this? He looks like he will. Port coming in as well. Solstice going to try to turn this around. Dark Lady. Nope. Meanwhile, Saint Rock's going to drop as well. Pulls back in. And the ultimate. There's a bunch of combos. Essence Link not going to do nearly enough. Solstice getting the Dark Blades on him. He's not going to be able to do too much. Heal Bomb helps finish him off. Plague Rider Ultimate's going to bounce around. Going to try to do some damage, but it's mostly just going to be creeps. Plague Rider also going to get taken out. Ultimate from Jerizai being able to mitigate some damage there. Protective Charm is also on TDL. Jerry needs to try to get away here. Solstice, they're looking for the kill here. And they're going to get the one onto Jerizai. And they're also going to try to chase down the CDL. Will do so with the Sonar Scream, being able to finish her off. Quite well done there. Solid coordination going. Alright, you get that guy, we'll get this guy, and we'll pick up both the kills. So golden experience now. Measurably in favor of the random team. And I think the other thing you gotta pay attention to is, once again, man, the jungler versus the two supports. It just does not tend to work out in favor of the non-jungle in that situation. Now, of course, last game, Reason with the dual support and managed to win despite being against the Parasite.
The Legion had destroyed a Hellborn tower.
But that's not typical. I mean, jungle versus non-jungle lineups do tend to win. So, no doubt Reason a little bit on the back foot right now, and we'll see what they can do to try to come back. Notable TDL is still farming quite well, 344 gold per minute, but now Lucky is getting his farm up. 260 GPM. Glacius in a lot of trouble. Will put the Ice Imprisonment on top of Solstice, but he puts the ultimate down and he gets feared a little bit. Hook coming in, and that will be able to get the kill. Probably unnecessary, but oh well. And if you had the hook, you might have been able to get Jersey as well, but they did not, and they cannot. That's what happens. Portal Key actually is up onto Prisoner. Wall goes down, you'll be able to out Empath, or sorry, TDL, run away. I did not even notice that Portal Key. Mid tower gonna be pushed here. They see everybody thanks to that Solstice, and here comes Jerizai, get the Protective Charm on him. Hook comes back in. Glacius gonna be in a lot of trouble. Essence Link going down there on top of Solstice. Solstice gonna drop versus Glacius. Is able to get away. Devourer with his own Portal Key jumping back in here. Plague Rider is also in a lot of trouble. Gets the ultimate down on him from Devourer. Is definitely gonna go down here. We'll see if they're able to continue chasing Glacius out in the front lines. Looking for something. Wretched Hag is the only target that's available really, though. Obviously she has a blink. And Bat Blast and Sonar Scream just melt Glacius in the face. Oh, that's painful. Lucky's like, yeah, don't chase me, buddy. Because this is what you get. So, ends up being a 2-for-1 there, as the Plague Rider and Master of Arms, sorry, Solstice went down in exchange for Glacius, so definitely one fight there from Reason. Then he did have to meanwhile jumps her back in from Prisoner. Will be able to pull Dark Plating back in, but man, that was a terrible decision. Ultimate ends up Plague Rider as well, as he decided to port basically entirely into death. I have no idea why that happened. In the meantime, Plague Rider Bot's going to go out, and Amber Boy will fall, but they will be able to pick Elder Guy off on that Master of Arms. Portal Key once again going back in, plus the wall doing a ton to prevent Solstice from being able to go anywhere. Ultimate goes off, he's trying to run away. Essence Link is there though, and the Devourer will be able to slow him down enough, and he actually has a hat trick now, so well played from Dev. Being able to destroy this entire Legion team. So just some really questionable decisions there though. Hook, 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 hook. No, we'll just port away. Like, I mean, Prisoner jumped in there all by his lonesome into 3 and got a nice ultimate off, but he had no backup, so he just died. And then Plague Rider ports into death as well. So, bit of a curious decision there. Fortification going off here. They're going to try to contest this tower, I think. Wall goes down, not going to be enough. They'll be able to get the tower down.
A Legion tower.
And nice attempt to deny coming out there, but not quite enough, as the Hellborn side had a little too much damage. Illusion Moon picked up by TDL. Prisoner actually going to get jumped here by the Portal Key Devourer once again, and he's going to die, so bit of an issue. Tender Blast and Essence Link going down there. Obviously, stun gets taken. The Ice Imprisonment goes down as well. Plague Rider perhaps in some trouble. Wretched Hag trying to get away. Master Arms drops the Fork Lightning. He's looking to run away as well. Solstice goes down, and they can have vision, but it doesn't matter because Master's totally trapped.
Double D's.
So, they know where everybody is, and they're doing a little bit of damage with that thing, but doesn't help Master too much. And all of a sudden, what was a pretty decent resource lead for the Legion side has turned into a substantial resource lead for the Hellborn side as they continue to push here. And really just some considerable poor decision making from this random team. Jump back in onto Wretched Hag. He takes the ultimate from Devour. He can take a whole bunch of damage. And with the Dark Blades, easy silence, no blink able to come off. Solstice putting the Brilliance down once again. Trying to get Glaciers with the hook, not going to happen. Easy sidestep. Empath inside of Dark Lady, of course, and they're doing a number on this tower. Devour is still looking for
The
an initiation
Hellborn
here
destroyed
now.
a Legion tower.
Yeah, they're gonna look for another initiation here with the fake back. Maybe? No. Actually, they don't. Okay, so Reason Gaming deciding that's enough. Don't need to continue pressing our luck. Instead, let's go take top tower. And that's pretty much what they're gonna do. So 3, now 4, 5 of them up here as Devo grabs an Invis rune. And we'll do a lot to be able to scout out this incoming Legion team. It's just hanging out, and Adventure gets popped. Okay, the ultimate thing there by Prisoner will be able to hit this Dark Lady, but that's going to be just about it, while doing a lot to break everybody off. It's just getting hit by the hook down there, but in the meantime, Devour in the background getting destroyed, Master of Arms. Ultimate from Plague Rider and Wretched Hag going off. We'll see if that can do anything. Obviously, Protect Drum on Devour doing a lot to stop it. But Plague Rider here is going to definitely drop. Solstice the next one in the back. Hook does not hit Wretched Hag, and that's going to be 4 for nothing. Wretched Hag being able to blink away should be fine. But it's a really great fight from Reason Gaming once again. Glacius is continuing to look for
The Hellborn had destroyed a Legion tower.
Hag's not going to die to this. Get awfully low, but you ain't going to kill him. Prisoner now jumping back in and is like, yeah, this is... That was an interesting decision there, Glacius, but okay. I don't know if they just figured, oh, we're way too far ahead, I can do whatever the hell I want. But now, this is the bait. They're hiding in the trees. Solstice, you in trouble, buddy. Protective Charm goes off, and here's the blink. Where's the blink? Oh, not gonna hit, so. Waited a little too long. Try to engage there. Prisoner Hook, not gonna hit, so nice try, but a good sidestep there by Mary Pebbles. And Reason will successfully push and then not die, except for Glacius, who for some reason was trying to chase down a Wretched Hag. Anyway, with the GPM charts here, once again, it's pretty clear that that Reason have a substantial lead. Now they're going to go for Congo. It should be a pretty easy kill for them. They don't have any vision up right now, but I think they're going to drop it. Yeah, there's a Word of Rev. Glacius going to drop some Words of Sight. Has 3, so there's 1. Meanwhile, Kongor is dying very quickly. And a DD on Imboy not hurting at all.
Kongor has been slain.
Nice kill there, and there's a Reason pick up the token, obviously put it onto that Dark Lady. Dev will get spotted out here. Obviously, Portal Key gets deactivated as well, so I won't be able to jump anybody for the next couple of seconds. Let's back off cooldown. I hope not gonna hit. Just hanging out, killing some creeps. Reason looks to take the last outer tower here. And we'll see if they're able to contest here. I don't think at this point they should be looking to fight outside their base. They're probably going to win a 1 or 2 team fights inside their base where Reason overextends in order to get back into this game. They just don't have the resources at this point to do anything else. So let's just try to get jumped here, not going to be successful.
The Hellborn have destroyed a
So
Legion
there goes the
tower.
last outer tower. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're trying to do something here. Obviously, fortification going off, and they need to get back to the base because at this point, losing the mid tower is for Reason is like whatever. They'd much rather trade that
The
for a
Legion
base
have
tower.
destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Hellborn do manage to kill that tower, and they port back, which is great. But obviously, token up on Amber Boy, and they're just like whatever. On now, and Hook does not hit. Hook on Deb does hit though, and Prisoner puts the ultimate down, but he just dies in a second. Ultimate from Solstice does actually hit Dark Lady, I think, but doesn't do too much outside of that. And they're just going to be jumped back in. Actually, Prisoner buying back, and Hook back in will hit on TDL, but she has the Abyssal Skull up, and that's going to be not a big deal. Essence Link providing a ton of damage, and Lifesteal. Empath going to get popped out now as Invoice Token is destroyed. Master Runs dies right there. Plagueguard ultimate back, bouncing around, but there goes the ultimate from Jerisai as well, and that's going to be nothing. No capacity whatsoever for the Legion side to do anything here. They're going to CC once again, so that's going to be game 2 in favor of Reason, and a pretty solid game there. Not having the greatest laning phase, but being able to pull it out just outside the laning phase where their team coordination, their ganking, their push was just so much better than the Legion sides, and certainly a far superior display of ability than the Legion team could hope to put on. So that's game 2. We'll go to Reason once again. They are up 2-0 in the Scrim series, and we'll move to game 3.